Oh my God, we're back again. Back again, back again, back again, back again, back again, back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody say, body say, body say, body say, body say, body say, body say. Gonna bring the flavor, show you how, 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 show you how. Got a question for you, better answer now. Answer now. Answer down, answer down, answer down, answer down, answer down. Am I original? Am I the only one? Am I sexual? Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody.
Morning, everyone. What up, what up, what up?
With a bad little mommies, you know I wanna rock your body. You know I wanna do some things, like tear that pussy out the frame. We some top flow, penthouse suite type niggas. I am not a rapper, I'm a pool. Can't forget about the bitch ass niggas. So if you love the game, then pull them titties out. We got everything you need for you to rock your body now.
When I talk to the shrink, you better not blink. 99 problems that start with the kink. One in a pink, one in a stink. When you shave it down, is it still mink? Come sue me, me to me. Surviving, yay, come shoot me. You wanna color me bad like a cool G. You wanna pack me up like a 2-me. Everybody waiting for me to say the wrong thing. Okay, you the king, Burger King.
We got everything you need for you to rock your body now.
What up, chat? What up, everybody? Morning. All right, so I figured we'd just end the week off on stream because it felt weird to end it off on a Friday on stream. So this is like, you know, a once in a while thing. Like I don't think I'm gonna see you guys till December, like 9th or something anyways. All right, so we're not like streaming every day. But yeah, today we have like a bit of news. We have we got, what do you call it? Flash manufacturing PMI 945. What else do you got? Flash services PMI. You have nothing at 8:30 right now, so it's just like orange and a bunch of yellow folders. Tomorrow is a weekend. I think next week's a short week because there's a Thanksgiving. But you have like core PPI and unemployment claims, and that's it. So yeah, then that's I think that's the month, right? Or you have one more week after, a couple days after. Well, no, that is the month, yeah, because then December 1st is on the Monday. All right. So yeah, not much going on today. Maybe like an hour and a half. We'll have something. Hour 15. Price looks pretty decent. Yeah, it's funny because before I was on stream, I was like, should I go on stream today? I was like, let me see how price looks. If it looks like, you know, like it's not ranging, which looks decent so far. Like it's not like the craziest right now, but it could definitely like pick up and continue to move. So Yeah, let's see what we can do to them. It looks like there's a chance that it's kind of weird looking on TradingView for some reason here, but on MetaTrader, or let me just do it here. On this, you have like some sort of, you can say like resistance right here on price at like 4,100. So that's being held. That was being held from these zones here, right? That goes across to here. You also have like a bearish candle right here respecting the resistance. You have the daily candle close bearish right here respecting resistance, right? And you can look at it in a couple ways. Like you can look at it from this perspective where it's like, okay, yeah, you're closing respecting, and price should continue to make its way down towards the bottom of the range. Or you can look at it as like, you can just kind of shift the zone down and say, well, you're also supporting, you're holding, right? And this move can get corrected. The reason why I would prefer to put it above is because this move right here is already bearish. So this is a bearish move. Then I'm assuming this is the range, right, to continue driving from this bearish move overall, right? There's a chance that this could be a higher low, because when you look at price from here, right, this is obviously bullish on a higher time frame, like the higher overall time frame. But you have something like this now, right? So it's not like exactly at a point where it's like closing above ranges and you can confidently say that it's bullish, because it's still too early. But if you start to like make your way up above these areas, right, you start to create more structure. Eventually you can say, yeah, it's gonna get filled, right? But we don't have that yet. Another thing as well is that you've been creating like these higher lows here. So higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and you've been respecting. You haven't been breaking it yet. So if price does end up making its way like down towards the first low, which is here, then at that point you can continue to push down, right? So yeah, it's like, it's still in that range. I think it's been here for the whole week, since the 14th. So like since last week, it's been in this range. It hasn't really broken out. I was hoping it'll break out on Monday, but still no breakout. Structure overall is like still being held here, like with these higher lows going up. What else is there? There's a lot of wicks here on the 4. Not too sure what this means. Like all of these wicks to the left, like here, here, and here on the way down, right? So you got lots of levels of rejection. What else? What other information can I get? Yes, I'm not sure I can really say. I think it's just like there's like some type of support here at like 44.6. So what we'll do is I'm gonna add something right around here. We'll add something at 40.30. I think that's pretty major, right? Here a little bit, here a little bit, not really much here and here. Put up a little bit right here. Let's add this. Okay, so we'll add that. And then we also got some type of resistance around like here. Most recent, which you are closing above here. That's not too major. I'm gonna put a more major zone. This is what we had yesterday, 4103. $41.03.939 or 41 or 40.98. Is this a leg candle on the daily? No. 4 leg candle? No. Nothing. I just leave it here. I'll leave it at like 41.03 for now. Maybe a little higher to match with those 41.06. Yeah, so I'll leave it here. 41.06 for now. I think that's the same like area we had yesterday. So we'll leave that there. 41.06. just like, and these ranges aren't too important. It's just more so of zones that you can like likely reject off of or react off of once you approach them. So if we get to a point where we're looking for buys up until this zone, eventually at some point, price will likely pull back, right? And we'll have a target area for those buys, and that'll be the area. If we're looking for sells, then we'll end up getting targets down here. But as of right now, there's like, you know, no ideas so far in this range. Eventually they will as I get to it, but that's the idea behind the zones. It's more so of like a guide. Like, you know, if you were to go up, this is the area. If you were to go down, this would be like the area. Yo, reject that or react that before picking another direction. So yeah, so far you've had you bounced off of 4031 here. That's where I kind of got this level here, the most recent area. There's like another zone right around here too, which could be act as like a minor support, and you're above there. Yeah, you're above there right now. Close above there, close above here. So yeah, this move up is pretty decent. I think it was from here to here, it's like 380 pips. It's a pretty decent range. What's missing though? Or what could be missing? The higher lows, right? So you have like somewhat of higher lows here. Is that enough? I don't know. Could be. You have more higher lows potentially to be here because to the left you had in the past rejection areas here. So that could be something, and that would be a lot better because that would be steeper. And also nothing's wrong with price. Nothing's wrong with price coming down, breaking the lows, the recent lows, and then coming up, right? Because then that's just like a fake out higher low or whatever it is. And it's just a better confirmation anyways, because any move that is driving down on price should be able to continue driving down, right? So any move that comes down like this, you're expecting to flip like completely on the 4. Is it the 4? Yeah, on the 4, right? You're expecting to flip on the floor or come back down because this is overall or most recent still bearish. So if that doesn't happen and instead you come down and then price is strong enough to hold, comes back up, re-breaks the highs, you can start looking for buys, right? And if you're looking for buy ideas, your target area is here. So it's more so about like, when can you get in, right? So after this and after this probably. So I'll say like somewhere up here, right? Buys can be above like 40.85 once you have no structure. And then above, you can look for them until like 41.06. Now, if price were to make its way down today, let's say it comes down and then it continues to rip down instead, right? Or it does something like this, things rip down instead, then there's potential that we can get something below here, right? But after we get some type of lower highs being formed to continue down, and then your target area is like 40.30, 40.30.234. All right, or you can also look for sells below 40.30 as well. How much is this range? This is like 180, so it's not bad. 4 could be like, I know, 90 maybe. But yeah, I think today it's just more so about when you get direction. I think it should be able to come around 9:45. I don't think you'll get an early push today off of the way price is moving, but around like 9:45 when news comes out, around 9:45, 10. So it could be another late day before you get direction. Yesterday you didn't really get direction until, I wouldn't even say direction, but I guess majority of the move came down. But yeah, you didn't get that until like our trade yesterday, right on stream, ourselves. So that was a direction yesterday. It ended up coming down. Today we don't have an idea yet. Still questioning it. But if price prints either or whatever we just mentioned, then we'll look for ideas. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of what I got on price here. What else can I say? Wick entry buys, no. Wick entry sells, no ideas. Yeah, that's about it. How much range do you have left? 300 pips, not bad. Yeah, why did I stream today? This thing is move late. But yeah, that's all I got. So let me just mark this up at 95 and then we'll just wait for price to print. 4106.5, 4030. 4106.5. 4030. What's this right here? This is not bad. 4001. $4,001.508. Put something there. Why not? Why not add something there? Add something there. Add something here. Cool. So yeah. What else am I missing? 4091. Do I want to add that there? Do I want to add a 4049? Something better I can add? What's here? No. That is going to be broken. So let's put it down here. Yeah, 4050. I guess we'll leave it there. 4052, a little higher than 49. Cool. You know what? Let's just match the 4 bottom wick. 4050. Cool. So yeah, we'll wait now. So it comes down to just, I guess, price now. This is pretty decent. Like this 30-minute closure close like bullish with the bottom wick. So there's like some low, that low on the small top that you saw earlier, that like on the 5 on the 15 or on the 5 on the minute. Now let's see if it can hold, right? So if it's strong enough, eventually, you know, it should be able to pop then. Pop, pull back, pop, and then eventually we'll have those ideas for the buys. But now it comes down to like how much volume comes in, because you don't have volume at the moment, right? At least yet. So there's a difference between when price moves and when you have like actual volume, because sometimes you might have direction, but it might not be the actual move, right? The directional move for the day. And obviously nowadays, like prices moving like 400 to 500 pips per day or per session. So sometimes you might get confused with that being like a move, right? But it's just like a range up sometimes. Like this is still kind of slow here, so let's see if it picks up. Next area is, yeah, 4106. You're approaching, I think, these areas next, so something you gotta be aware of. 4083. Should get a reaction there. When our account is getting filled now. Oh, this one, yeah. This one, yeah, it's getting filled. How much is this? 100 pips. There you go. So yeah, today's like a little like I figured we might as well end the week off on the YouTube. So that's why we're streaming. But streams aren't like every day for now. Cool, man. Cool, man. Check Discord. Yeah. Yeah, snow. Is that ice snow? Did you feel the wick yet? No, it was close. That wasn't bad. That was 100 pip wick fill. Let me post it real quick. All right. His inner child is dead? What you mean? I'm just not an entertainer. You know? I'm just it's trading. It's a YouTube stream, you know? I gotta just trade. I'm gonna take the sells right here for gold. Alright, man, go take your sells then. Hope your trades play out, man. XYZ. Hey, it's Kush. It's just boring old trading now. It's not fun. Well, maybe you should go watch TGR trades. They have a lot of fun over there. Yo, I just got a funded offer this morning in my email. From a pretty well-known one. Am I gonna take it? Of course. No, but I got a funded offer this morning in my email actually. Do you want to sign your life away? How important is a daily flip? In this, like, it depends. Like, sometimes it is important, but in this case, like, like you're still within the ranges. It's just because like this whole is a range, so it's not too important. Like, it's flipping bullish, and gold was able to like make its way up above these areas, so it's good. Now it just needs to hold, right? So sometimes you might see like a candle flip and come back the opposite way. It doesn't always flip and drive. In this case, like, you have a flip now. So now I think as long as it's able to hold, I'll say here, it should be good to continue driving like 40.70, because then you have range up towards here at 40.90, and then you got range up towards here at like 40.98, and then you got 41.06. So yeah, as long as price continues to hold like the previous structure areas, that daily should continue to drive up towards the, I think there's wick fills to the left, right? Yeah, you have some wick fills to the left. And this bottom wick yesterday broke yesterday's low, and also the day before's low, like Tuesday's low, and no, Thursday's low and Wednesday's low. So yeah, you have a wick fill, which shows that it's clean till 41.28. So yeah, pretty important, I think, today. Pretty important. I think now it's just holding, like small time frame holds, that daily should continue to rip, continue driving up. All I'm worried about here is just like this. Like, if you get like some type of pullback, some type of bottom wick in these zones here, then the buys up will be a lot better. We'll have ideas up, because that'll be more structured. So that's all I need to see, because I'm worried that you can get out of nowhere, you can get like a higher low still, and the higher low can break all the lows like this. If that does happen and it continues, then back the opposite way we're going. But if you can come down, whatever, create a bottom wick, and then you like just make your way back up to the top of the range, then you'll have just more ideas for the buys up, or we'll have ideas for the buys up. You know what I mean? I got whacked on sells. Yeah, why'd you take like sells? Is it because of this onion? Is that why? Assume that was a fake out, or was it like a wick entry sell? I think if you took sells and you're still in drawdown, you'll be okay if you took it within these zones, because there's still a chance that you can come down for a higher low. If you come down, then you don't like tap your entry zone and it comes up, then yeah, like once it does this, it's kind of like, yeah, chances of it coming down is a little slimmer. But if you took sells like here and you're in drawdown and it's still going up, you should be okay still. Like, you still have a high probability of it creating a higher low because there's no structure here. What's fan funding? Oh, that's the membership thing. True. True. We had a good week though. Like we've had a pretty decent week. I think one of the best weeks, and it was only 2 trades. Percentage wise, only 2 trades for the week, but it covered up for like maybe because we've been averaging like 30%, 2.50% per week. So like to have like a 7% week, 8% week actually, that's like 4 weeks right there for us. We just got 4 weeks. So every now and then you have one of those weeks, right? But you can't really plan for it or expect it. I didn't expect it. It just kind of came. Now for the 5 G20 meetings on Saturday. What's going on around the world today? Man posing as India's central bank officials pull off $800,000 heist. Fed can still cut rates in near term given current policy is modestly restrictive. Fed can still cut ties in near term. Just read that. It was retail sales day for the UK, for the pound. Oh yeah, 2 a.m. All right, chat. Yeah, you have a 4 closure here. No top wick. It could be a leg candle. Like you can see it. Like it's not a leg candle, but you can treat it like one. So anything below like 40.50, you know. But from here to 40.50, it's like 300 pips. So you're still really far away. For it to come down that far will require a lot of volume. Let's see. Yeah, so barely a top wick. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen here. You can open up and come up first for all I know, or open up and come down for a bottom wick first. I need to see some more information. So I don't really mind if it comes up or down. If it does go up, the bottom wick won't be too much of an issue as long as you create structure. So what that means is like, let's say you come up, right? These are just scenarios I'm pointing out right now. But if you come up like this and then you pull back, you have like a wick fill like that. What happens is price will then open up bottom wick. That anytime you have a bottom wick, you should be coming down, right? But if it doesn't, it holds. That's a higher low. The rebreak of the highs, right? As you get the rebreak of the highs and then structure above, you can eventually look for your buy ideas, right? Going up, and the 4 kind of won't be an issue, like no bottom wick zone. Now, if it opens up and the first thing it does is it decides to, let's say, just come down on price, like it just makes its way down for bottom wick, then you could get continuation sells. Again, same logic applies. Like if you like, let's say, open up top wick first. Let's say right now it's top wick first, comes down, pulls back. You have a lower high. As long as price can hold like some type of zone, some type of resistance, then that's your higher low to continue down, right? And then you're looking for continuation of sells down to retest the lows, which would be like 40, 50, whatever it is. So that also won't be an issue. So like either way, we need like just information like that to give you some sense of like direction. Otherwise, you know, like just the possibility of price right now, like going up, the possibility of it not having a bottom wick, that thought alone is like enough to say why not just wait for more structure, right? So that's kind of how I approach it. If there's like an if within the trade, then something that I want to like wait for. And if here in this case would be like, oh, what if there's a bottom wick, right? For price. So yeah, volume is picking up a little bit. It's still like this move was okay. It wasn't bad. Like it wasn't too slow. Yeah, a bit of a range here, but then eventually just broke out. This is okay. It's not really like glitching or like flying. So yeah, more information is like needed. I think like 9:45, 10 you'll get like movements. I don't think anything until then. If there is, then we'll be in there. You know what I mean? Could be a 5 leg candle. So yeah, 5 leg candle. See if that wick gets filled. Or get a lower high. Maybe even a lower high is good too. If you get a correction all the way down though, then even better. But there's a leg candle right here. So usually you'll be able to fill the wick. You know there's no music playing? I don't even listen to music. I haven't listened to music while trading in like 2 weeks. Like for the first time ever. I don't think there's a difference though. Just silence. Lo-fi music? You would never catch me listening to lo-fi music. Like, I'll be falling asleep listening to lo-fi music. I feel like it's like it just makes me sleepy. Like why do I want to be calm for? I just fall asleep. I used to play it on stream. I remember because that was like copyright free music. But like, I don't know if I can do it anymore. It's like elevator music. Remember what's that one song? That lo-fi song we liked? Something Seagull. Seagulls. That was a song. That was like the #1 lo-fi song, #1 hit, devious hit single. Welcome back. I thought you said yesterday was your last stream for the year. Yeah, so NFP was kind of weird this week. I was on a Thursday and I just felt like, let's just finish it off on a Friday. Let's just stream back-to-back days. Yes, it wasn't the last stream though. It was the second last. This will be the second last stream though, because we have an NFP in December, and then that'll be the last one for the year. But yeah. Price is printing without Farzal. ADM, you back full time? No, not as of right now. I wouldn't say never though. Why do you only take $15-21 profit? Because I can. Well, why can't I take $15-20 profit? $15-20 profit on this account is like, well, now it's 10 pips. Before, when I was using 0.8, it was like 20 pips. Like 15-20 pips. So same thing when I was like showing my large balance. 15-20 pips. It was like whatever the balance was, 3-4K, whatever it is. I've always taken $21. See, but a lot of traders when they trade a small balance, they trade differently. They're like, $21? Nah. That's why everyone was like, when I was showing my bigger balance, everyone's like, yo, Don, the strategy only works for you because you have a larger balance. If you were to have a smaller balance, you can't trade it. I'm like, why? And they're like, well, because you're not making any gains. Right? But it's like, that's trading though. It's, if you think about it in percentages, it's the same like ratio on this account or any of the accounts that I'm copying my trades to right now. It's the same ratios of percentage risk, right? So like nothing changes between a larger balance and a smaller balance. It's the same approach, same 10 pips, actually 50 yesterday. But it's the same like way we go about things. You got 9K pay and dropped out of college? Let's go, man. But hold on, what year were you in college? Were you in like your 4th year or something? Because you're on your 4th year, there was like no point. If you're on your 1st year, understandable, because I kind of I took a pause and then never came back. But I honestly think I quit around that time too, around that mark too though, like a 9-10K mark. When I got like 9 to 10K, I was like, I mean, I'm only working a part-time job. I've never had 9 to 10K in my bank ever at once. So I'm like, I have no bills to pay. Like, I think it was just my phone bill back then when I was like 18. Just my phone bill and just my phone bill, yeah. So I was like, lit. No point of me working. But it was different back then, kind of. I don't know. I was like 8 years ago. 7 years ago. Yeah, oh, it makes sense. But you don't use stop loss. How can you manage it? We do use stop loss. Yesterday's stop loss was a hard stop for like, I think 450 or 530. 530, the car missing. Okay, 530. And our managing risk point was like 300 or 280. I think it was around 280 above the 4-hour highs. So we have a stop. It's just we didn't officially set it yesterday, but that's something that we mentioned yesterday. Our last loss here was, I think, around 170 pips. So like we have a hard stop, but even that day when we had that hard stop, so our last loss was June 20th. That is 411. June 20th. So I think the stop this day was like 400 pips. And then we ended up closing. I remember this day too, because it was like the last couple of minutes of the NY session. We closed at negative, it was on a Friday. It was, negative 174. So it was around like negative 8% on this account. Right? No, that's not that day. It was, negative 8.86%. By the way, you have a higher low here. You didn't fill this 5 leg candle yet. Something tells me it could get filled here. But this is another higher low. So that's like, account for that as 1. That's 1, that's 2. All right. So let's see how strong price is to hold. If it continues to hold, then it should be getting closer to being like directional. But yeah, we do have stops. We always have stops. Every trade we have a stop loss and a TP. I'm up 800 today, just guessing the market. Am I cooked if I keep doing this? I can't really say, man. If you're making like $800, like I can't really tell you what's right and what's wrong. You know, are you consistent doing it? Right? If you're consistent doing it, then nothing's wrong with it. If you're not consistent, nothing's wrong with it yet, until you take that loss and then you go out of control. Then if you go out of control, then yeah, something's wrong. You gotta adjust. But if you just keep winning, nothing's wrong. There's no right or wrong way in trading. Some people are just gamblers, live to the edge. The risk to award. Yeah, the risk to award. Luca Gama. First year. Your first year? Yeah, first year. As long as you keep going at it, you're good. That's good though. 9K payout on the funded. It's pretty good. Should I drop out of school? Motherfuckers have 10K in the bank and start moving different. I did. When I dropped out of school, when I started getting 10K, I bought Fiji water. Started moving different. I don't drink the same water you drink now. I be drinking the Fiji water. None of that pure life stuff. None of that Dasani. No more smart water. I drink Fiji water. With the background. I have a background in my water. That's the first thing I bought with my withdrawal. Do you trust stops on your trade to take partials? I don't take partials anymore. I think that's something that we actually adjusted. Because I used to take partials, remember, close half at 10 pips. Move stops break, even let it run, it will never run. And if it does run, it will never run to TP. It'll run maybe an extra 20 pips, whatever. So now I just trail. Don't close partials, I just trail. And it's been doing pretty good. It's given us the most pips ever in a year. And performance wise, it's been pretty good. Yeah. We also just don't put our TP at Hail Mary zones no more. We put it at places that make more logical sense, usually closer to the areas. Yesterday's TP, we came nearly 10 pips away from it before, or 10, 15 pips away, right? And usually in the past, we'll have our TP way below somewhere crazy. But yeah, I just trail. So I usually have a break-even point set and a trail stops point set. Once it taps the trail stops level, I move my stop loss in profit to the break even, yeah. So let me just show you. So let's say like I'm in a trade here. It's going up, it's going down, grab liquidity, up, down, and then let's say I get in like somewhere here. Hold on, no, I wouldn't get in there. I'll get in maybe once you get some more structure. This, right? Let's say like somewhere up here. Let's say I get in a buy right here. I'm in a buy. So then let's say like my first zone is like here, break even. That's like, let's say 15 in profit. Trail stops is like right here, 20, maybe right here, 22 in profit. What I'll do is I'll get in there. So as price goes up, once it taps that first zone, what do we do? Break even automatically. No thought about it because we already pre-planned it, right? So that'll be a break even zone. And then let's say I survive it. So entries is like here, break even, now break even. Let's say price continues to rip up. Once it taps that next line here, I'll move my stop loss from my break-even point. I'll move my break-even point from here up to this low. So it'll be like break-even, and then here, I'll move it there when it taps this, because this is my break-even zone. Right? Does that make sense? So when it taps this zone, I'll move it here, which is like, let's say 15, 16 in profit. Now I just continue trailing. After that, I just trail aggressively. There's like no rules to that. As long as you have the first two zones, for me, I'm cool. The rest is just like, okay, what happens now? Is price going to continue driving, or is it going to break back into the range? But as it continues up, I just continue trailing. So I move my stop loss from here to eventually here, here, until I get wiped out. Sometimes we're more aggressive on the trail stop. Sometimes we're less aggressive. It depends on like how we're moving. Like yesterday, we weren't really glitching, so I wasn't really too aggressive. But it just ended up glitching out of nowhere. It popped. But sometimes, yeah, we're not as aggressive with the trail stops. Break even though, that's, if you don't want to trail stops, that's something you need to have. Like you need to have the break even set in place, because you don't want to hesitate when price gets to your first like area of struggle. All right, for instance, like let's say we're getting a sell right here. We're not getting a sell, but let's say like we're getting a sell. At what point do you think price is going to struggle? Right here. Right at 46.7, 410. So when price taps that zone, I'm going to move stops to break even. Right, and then where's my trail stop zone? Our trail stops in profit. I think if it breaks these wicks down here, so maybe like here, that's my trail stops. And then I'll put like a TP like down here at like 46.2, because that's the next level of rejection. Price is moving good though. So you have that 4-hour candle that opened up. You have news in 24 minutes. So you have news in 24. You're coming down decently right now. Like you still have a leg handle, but that I guess doesn't really matter right now because you're pushing down. You still need lower highs. Something here. You can let's put something here. You want to see like some type of lower high being printed around here. If you can get that, because then the 30-minute or 15 should flip, right? But if it doesn't, it comes up near, doesn't flip, then that's going to be what? That's going to be now a lower high. As you come back down to re-break the lows, you have more structure. So still no sells below there for us. I think for us, it's probably more so below here, right? Below there. So if you make your way up, down, below here, I look for sells from like below 5.7 down, or even below here. But you have a lot of range, right? But not yet. I'll wait for this to kind of pull back and create structure, because this can easily still be a 4-hour candle bullish candle flip after a bottom wick is formed. It's only the first 20 minutes of the 4-hour candle. So this could be the first 22 minutes. And then as the candle flips bullish, that'll be the bottom wick, right? And then price could continue driving. So whenever like there's a possibility of like, what if the 4-hour flips, right? You want to make sure you account for it. So in this case, waiting for a top wick, because any top wick going back up, creating a lower high should like take you up. But if it doesn't, then that's a lower high. And then as you create structure down, you're more directionally headed towards like bearish. So that's kind of like the process, my kind of process for these ideas here. So look, you tap the break-even zone, right? Like on the money. That's an area of reaction. So it could struggle here. It's like a very weak zone usually. It's not that strong because our strong zones is usually at TP, right? So our strong zones in this case, I think a stronger zone than that, I don't know where we would have got in, but let's just say we've gone somewhere. I think the good TP in this case would be like right around here at like 46.2. That's going off of like these rejections still left here. Those are like the areas that you kind of want to pay attention to. So that's a zone where you like will get a reaction at. And then trail stop zone is gonna be like at this body here, right? Like this area right here. That 6.5 zone could be your trail stops. That's like the next zone. I really like how you are changing, improving the strategy. Yeah, we just adapt. Like, who knows where it'll be in another 3 years, right? But like we just take it one play at a time, one day at a time. So now it's like the trail stops area, right? You tap it. So it's a zone where you could get a reaction at the 65 zone. And then your TP would have been like somewhere down here. All right, so let's see. We're actually making our way down now. So it looks like you're not going to get the high at 7.7. If you do, then there's a chance you could break. But let's move it down towards the most recent area. Let's see if we can get something here at like this area. There's a potential 1 hour leg candle. It's not really a leg candle, but I can treat it like one below 65. So if this is the body, I would expect a reaction. If you can get a top wick coming up towards here and then re-break the lows, that'd be nice. We can look for something before 9:45 too. But it needs to happen like very soon. So you see like the body reaction off of that area, right? So like your what was your break even? Your break even would have, your first trail stop zones would have been hit, right? Because you would have moved it to the trail stops to the break even zone once it taps the trail stop zones. So that's kind of how I've been like managing my risk. So we'll probably be out by now. You have a leg candle here, so hopefully, yeah, you get the pullback here. If you can get one till here, that'd be nice. How much is this wick? 70 pips, and then you gotta come back down 70 pips, right? Because there's no wick entry cells. It's not directional yet. You can't take the wick entry cells. But then below like 63 down towards this wick is like 22 pips trail stop zones. Could be 12 pip break even. TP could be down here for like 37. You need that pullback. Yeah, we got one here, which is decent. Now you need another one here. I think this one will be more major. Oh man, that candle. How come it disappears? Yes, yeah, 69 tap, not 71. So still waiting. But you know, you just kind of plan your trades out, and then you just wait for them to kind of form. And then you just take them whenever they do form. If it does form. That's the flow. Where you're not getting it? That wasn't my I didn't have any ideas there. I was just showing like an example for managing risk. How many pips average you tend to get? Target? Depends on the range. Depending on the range. But I average the next range fill, whatever that is. So whatever you have clean traffic to. So I don't like predetermine like what am I trying. I don't target anything. I have like a zone and then I have a next zone. And I'm looking for ways for price to approach that next zone. But I don't have like a pip target. Because then you're like, oh, I want 20 pips out of this trade. How are you gonna get 20 pips out of the trade when you're not moving? Or how are you gonna get 20 pips out of the trade when there's zones on the way down? Right? That's why I also don't believe in the positive RR versus negative RR thing, because it's like there shouldn't even be a predetermined risk to reward. It should just be like, what's the most logical stop here? And what's your next target? Like, what's the next zone? Right? What zone could you come down towards before like there's a lot of volume right now? It's starting to glitch. See the candle? So let's see if we can get a pullback. Let's move this down towards here. So let's see if we can get a pullback towards there. How much is this? 60 pips. Still got a little bit of the wick fill here. See if we can be part of it. If not, then we have more range below anyways. So you got a low. No flip. So once it taps, or if it taps that blue zone, you also want to see it like, you know, come right back down for a low. You don't want to see it like start to hover, start to slow down. If it breaks the highs, it'll still be okay, but you'll probably look for the second rebreak instead of the first rebreak, because then you have a bit more structure. So you gotta tap into the blue zone. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this to break the lows by like the first break, pull back. It doesn't have to be like crazy for a pullback. It could be like 13 pips, 15 pips, whatever it is. And then the rebreak of the lows, and then that'll be the market XL. Okay, so wait for this to break the lows. We could get a position like right now, but this needs to break the lows first. So break, and if it breaks, it might pop, right? Your next area is like 5.8. Is that a break? That wasn't a break. You want to see an actual pop. Can we get a pop? Nope. Can we get a pop? No pops. Kind of like what we did yesterday. Exactly what we did yesterday and the day before, actually. So it's glitching. Like you can see it's starting to glitch, right? Be aware. If it pops for the first time, there's a chance it can just fly straight through, and we won't be able to do anything if that happens. You want to see a pop and a hold. All right, so there's the, did I break? Yeah, there's the pop. So now you want to see a little pullback. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't have to be like anything crazy. It can just be like up to here towards like 6.3, 6.4 right there. So now if it comes down right away from here, that's the sell stop. So let's see if we could re-break the lows now. Or not sell stop, market X. And break even area could be around there. All right, so gone sells there as you rebroke the lows. Where's my sell? Trade history right there. Trade levels right there. Let's put TP down here at 37. I think break even will be like right here at 19. Maybe a little higher right here. And then trail stops could be like right around there. So this would be entry, break even, trail stops, and then TP. And it's like a 1 hour leg candle fill. The idea is like you're gonna fill this wick down after getting like the body reactions, especially that blue zone. You had a zone earlier and then the blue zone as well. And this should pop. Like I don't see why it's not popping. It should be able to like rip down off the way it's like glitching. Maybe a TP. Maybe. Let me just move it up towards here then in case it does rip down. Still holding. NYC open too. So yeah, once it re-breaks the current lows, it's like it should be able to fly. Or not fly, dive. Flying would be the opposite way. Is it 3rd minute flipping? 3rd minute flip. Could get a steeper top wick here. Could also be a 5 leg candle fill. 5 leg candle on the 5. Still holding the blue zone, so that's good. Can we get a pop? $18, $27, and TP is like 34. We moved to TP like yesterday, the day before, right? I think the last 2 days we moved TP down further. You could put like 5.6. I think this zone is pretty strong, like 5.8. So I don't know if I want to like attempt. We can also put the 4 hour wick fill. That has to break 50 first for that to happen, which will likely be after 10, if anything, if you continue down. I don't think it'll be before 10. Should be a flipper. It's not like when it came up, it wasn't like really pushing up. It's still holding and it's like glitching still. So this should give you a rip. Like it should be, you know, it should be like something like this. Ready for a glitch? Okay, so it's pushing. It broke the lows, right? No, almost. Almost broke the lows. The lows were maybe 2 pips away. Damn, that low is 2 pips away. So coming up again, still holding. See how it's like struggling? It's not like ripping up. Let's see how it plays out on this 5. You got the 5 leg candle fill. Still holding. Still holding. Can we get a strong rejection here for the 3rd minute flip? I think 3rd minute flip, there's a zone there. There's also one more zone at like 65 now. So like you kind of got to do this, and then you get the pop. There's something right here. 64. So let's see if we can hold this blue zone. 4 kind of has like you have a lot of areas here, but you have range to 5.8, 5.8, and like down here at like 50, between 5.8 and 50. How much is this? 70 pips. I think we got like, that was no way break even. I think we got like 9 pips, or actually that's not bad. 9 pips from when it came down to break the lows. So it's not flying up here. It's still holding. Let's see if it continue to hold though. If this 30-minute flips or 5-minute flips, that'll help a lot. And then I think all you have after is that 64 zone. I thought the second time, if anything, was gonna be the pop. If it wasn't the first time, but it also struggled too. So this, if it comes down again, it'll be a third time. So you have to flip. Can you come down below 6.4? I think that's the next zone right now. 6.410. Once it clears that, it should be good to re-break the lows again. Where'd that tap? That tap 6.5. So still got a little bit of room to 6.4. So that's another high. That's a steeper lower high now on price. It's glitching, but it's not. It's like hovering. You have news in 5 PMI. Should be out before then. Okay, broke below 6.4. Can I hold 6.4 now? If I can hold 6.4, it will break this low down here. 6.410. You need a minute closure below here or something. And you came down to the break-even zone there. Yeah, we have news at 9:45. Four-hour shows that we need like a bottom wick and the one. So I think price should be able to give you like a bottom wick here towards that 5.6, 5.50 zone. Let's see, what are our stops going to be? And we'll have hard stops up here at 113. And then we'll manage risk like above 8.6. 8.6 or like 9.6 is an area we'll manage risk at. Coming back up to re-break the highs here again. Let's see if it holds or continues to like close above that zone. Because it got below 6.4, but I don't think it ended up closing below 6.4. It just held it, right? The zone right here. So you need to see it close back below. So there's like a lot of white lines there, and it looks like it's like a heavy zone because a lot of lines, but it's just the break-even zones and the trail stop zones. That's what we got there. $15, 30 could be a leg candle, but you still got a lot of time actually. This is a 15 closure, right? Yeah, 15 I guess could be a leg candle too. So leg candle fill at 4 to 5. If you can close below the blue line, that'd be a lot better though. Because it'll be like a doji candle. And it'll be a struggle to drive up. Doji? Maybe Doji. If we could close, it might be a long shot. Actually, you got 2 minutes. If you can close below like 64 before 9:45, then the opening should be able to rip you straight down towards the bottom wick. But you gotta push down like 40 pips there. So just a reminder, in case like news is like quick, 40.60 would be break even, and then 45.9 would be trail stops. Okay, that's kind of what we got here. So can we get out before news? Could we get out before news? Where's my stopwatch? Yeah, 45 seconds. I think either way though, 4 at 1 should be able to give you this bottom wick fill, because like I think this is a liquidity go up if anything. $64 before 45. All right, 45. Can you continue pushing down? Slow start. This thing could flip here. Slow your head down. It's kind of frozen on the opening. Okay, it's starting to move a little bit. Still didn't break the previous low. You want to see that break. 61.52. It's I think it's flash versus PMI, so it's like it's okay. It's not like the most major folder. You have also 10 a.m. revised UOM consumer sentiment. And that won't be until another 15 minutes here. But I don't think we're expecting like a crazy spike there. This is a 5-leg candle right here, so you could get this. This is a 5-leg candle, so you could get this huge retracement, like a steeper wick. 1 hour is what we took it on, so I'm just gonna look at the 1 hour. But 5 shows that that's a leg candle. But I think this is a third. If you come up for the 15 leg candle fill, that would be the third time that you get what do you call it? That would be the third time that you'll get a steep wick. So anything back into the range. Ideally, that'd be nice. So no wick fill. Interesting. You filled half of the wick. The wick was 80 pips. You filled maybe 45, a little more than half. These lows have been holding, so you can see like they're getting a little higher each time, right? So you need a break, at least one, to go through. It doesn't have to break this. Like that's kind of holding still. So yeah, I think if you break this low here at 6.2, it should be able to rip. Almost. It's like hovering, right? It's like glitching. Did it break? Nope. Almost. I don't want to pull the trend line out, but look, right? So in terms of like volume, you can expect volume once you break it. Oh, trend line. Should be good though. I think as long as the 1 hour closes before Or 1 hour closes bearish should be good. The only thing is that 5 leg candle. You have a lot of lower highs. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And it's not driving up. Can we extend TP? What's my TP right now? 5.9. You can try a 5.5 if you guys want. 5.5 for TP. Or 5.6. Five-minute leg candle fill. Top wick there, mirror of this. What does that take you down towards? 5.9. I'm just gonna leave 5.9. Yeah, around there. You said green and neutral numbers? Yeah, came out good. Last one came out good. So that means, I mean, that technically means that it should drop, but it comes down to price, right? But yeah, that is technically in our favor. So there's the 5 leg candle fill. So now let's see if you can get some type of rejection. This is like the tough part because, or no, I wouldn't say this is the tough part. I think once you reject, right, and you come down, that'll be a tough part because then you might get another lower high, and if you can clear that. We had like a break even a couple times though, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times you rejected off of that area. So let's see if you could get a reaction. You filled the wick. I think I was looking for like next potential top wick to be at 7.1. It passed it by a bit. Came up to 7.3. So now this thing needs to come down. There's no pineapples here, chat. I don't think we're gonna have pineapples until like unless price is able to do something like this where it comes up, right? And then it decides to create structure from there and then close below here, then yeah, we can look for a pineapple like somewhere here. But no pineapples, like at least right now, because this could still be like a steeper, like lower high, right? So you don't want to add a position right now. Over at 1 hour, still looking good. 4 still looking good. So let's see if it's like yesterday, because yesterday this move up was pretty decent, but then I think the move down was a lot stronger. And so far though, this move up has been stronger than this move down. You know what we might do? We might try to extend this because this is a steep pullback. So I might extend TP to 5-6, and then we'll just trail stops the same way. Yeah, I'll extend it to 5-6, so a bit below 49, like the next zone. We have a higher low here. We have a low here, a higher low here. So if it continues to make higher lows, it continues to make direction. So then we'll look for ways to manage. I think we said earlier above like here, these zones above like 87 will be like an area we can manage risk at. So like if you start to create structure above there, we'll look for ways to manage. Could also be a 1 hour leg candle closure. It's glitching, like you see it in a minute. It's not pushing. It's not pushing. Yeah, pop down. Can you re-break that? You see that blue zone right there with like that little wick this low? So you need to kind of see it head down to break that low to give us like some type of pop. And I don't think that's the hard part. I think the hard part would be like once you break it and then the pullback, because this is like, that's the scary part, because it's like now if you get a pop down, okay, cool, right? But if you get a lower high, then it looks like that. So structure gets a little shifted even more. So you do want to see it pop down, and as long as it holds below blue, you would assume that this is like the range fill for the fake out. Right, so now it's just up to price. We have stop set, TP set, everything's set. It's just what price wants to print, and we're just like using like the smaller time frame to tell whether like when you have the volume, things to be aware for. All the lows, all the highs. Still above. Usually though, if that's like, if this is a higher low, right, like the move up, you would assume it will be like continuation of a strong pop, because this one right here was pretty strong. You have a 1 hour closure in 2 minutes, and this closing like weak bearish. So you have like a wick fill, right, which is Okay, it's not like too crazy. I would prefer if it can close below 6.5 in a minute. I don't think that's gonna happen though. So it looks like you're closing. You're still like holding these zones, so that's good. You still get a wick fill and a pop down like this. That's kind of what we're anticipating. It's just the top wick now. Like how far is the top wick gonna be, right? So if it's far like up to here, then so remember how earlier I mentioned the pineapple idea? So if you open up first, top wick first, right? That'll be tapping that high. And then as it makes its way back down below, you can look for the second position. Because then now what will happen is you'll open up, you'll have like a top wick. And then as you get like a bearish flip, it'll be like that. And then your pineapple ideas will be on a small time frame, like in these zones, coming down towards the first entry. But one is not like the craziest closure. It's gonna require a top wick, which means that a little more retracement could be another 100 pips there. All right, 1 hour opening, top wick first. So let's see if it breaks this 83 zone. Or retested those highs. Can you hold these zones? And then flip for the 1 hour flip. How much was that top wick? 47 pips, decent volume. I don't know what I had here. I had 71 zones, I think, but 30-minute close respecting it. 1 hour also closed below it too by a little bit. What up, Biza? What's going on, man? 15 leg candle. Where? I don't think so. Unless I'm not seeing something you're seeing. Yeah, just in some drawdown. Waiting for price to make its way down below 67 or 68. So we can get our pop. It's like still not pop. Like it made a lot of highs. Like this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's not ripping, right? It's not directional. So if you do get a move down, it should. How long does this take to create this range here? We've been in this trade for like 29 minutes, 30 minutes. So it should, like, if it comes down, it shouldn't be a slow move down the way it came up. It should be able to wipe it like 1 to 2 candles, because it'll be directional. Maybe 3 candles. You got a 1 hour flip here. You filled half of the wick. So yeah, I think this is like, this could be a lower high. So this is like the scary part, because you got a low, right, and you got a pullback. So you do want to see it hold 71. If it can hold 71, then what you got is, right? You see the structure? So if I were to like kind of go over here, right? So you see like the structure is like higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, lower low, lower high. So this already did a lower low, so that's good. It got out the way. Now it needs to hold this. If we're gonna hold that, that's a second higher low or lower high. That's one. That's one. Two. 1, 2, right? And then let's say you get a third one, then you should be good. Or just 2, but the structure starts to shift a little bit there. You need to kind of hold. Otherwise, this would be your range, and this would be your fake out, right? Back up. That would be a big pop. That would be a pop to at least minimum like 7-6. That's a 5 leg candle. It's not too nice of a candle. That is not too nice of a candle, gold. Seven 71,672. 71,672. So more structure here, more higher lows. Yeah, a steeper one this time too. So that blue zone gotta break. We have a solid TP though, like that 5-5 zone. If you go on like the 1 hour time frame, it's a pretty good zone. Or our TP is down here, right? Kind of like off of going off of like these zones to the left, especially this one, right? But that's kind of the TP, because like this could go up from here. You can see the structure on the bullish time frame from this perspective, and like the thing is, I would assume that if you were to drive up, your next area is like over up here, right? So it's gonna take a lot of liquidity for you to rip up towards that zone. Like you're expecting like at least like 5-6. And then if anything can go up. And that's the thing, if it goes up even. If it comes down like this, it can also just be the fake out, right? These highs are still being like held on a higher time frame. So lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And that can just take you down still. So it's like, that was what the trade was based off of. It's like both perspectives, it makes sense for it to come down. If it goes up or if it goes down. For in this case, if it goes up, that would be just liquidity. But 5-6, right? We have a lot more range. Otherwise, I wouldn't just take it at 6-2. If I just expected like 6-2 to be the area, because 6-2 is very weak. It's not that strong. It could be strong if you reject now, right? But 6-2, you have a bit more range, at least to like 5-9. I think you got a low break of the lows here. You got another pullback. So yeah, it's still struggling to drive up after all of the highs here. You need to stay below the blue line now, because you've been testing it. I think that's like the maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time you test it. So you need to find a way to stay below. And then if you can stay below here, then straight to rip. I don't like that 5 leg count though, so hopefully this 5 can close below 71. Will be a weak bullish candle, which would be perfect. And we can close right at it, right at 7193. So let's see what happens now. Still no like direction or volume. It's glitching. Doesn't seem to want to break out anywhere, up or below. If it can hold this high, that'd be nice. That was the previous high on the minute. All right, minute candle, something like this. 1 minute. That's a leg count on the minute, right there. This bullish one. So yeah, that's a minute though. It's a very small, like, very small leg candle. Higher lows here. Back in this situation. Higher lows here, more higher lows there. So if it breaks this high, that breaks the previous lower high, which is breaking structure, which means that your next area would then be up at 47.6. Two 40, 28, 48, 5. $15 close leg candle. Yeah, could 2 minutes. Could be a leg candle, and that'll be a 15 leg candle too. You know, sometimes you gotta like sit down and you know, some people might be panicking, right? But you kind of just gotta like enjoy the time we have together on the stream right now. Enjoy the trade. Enjoy the learning opportunities. Because every trade, you know, regardless if it's a win or loss, it's like you learn something off of it, right? You learn about direction, volume, structure. It's like data, right? So this is just data. We're just collecting data. But man, price is struggling for volume. You need pops. You've been ranging for a little bit now too. Like this right here has been like ranging. This is ranging, and you got a pop, bullish pop there, and then you're ranging. So you still don't have that dominant bearish effect yet. You need like those candles. So this was 25 pips or 25-minute candles. You need something to clear this like quick, like to show indication that it's shifting. Like the move up wasn't bad, right? But if you can get a candle that looks like, you know, like this, then that will clear out this entire range. So that's kind of what we don't have yet, which I think we will have eventually, either bullish or bearish, because you don't have direction for the day yet. You still don't. So yeah, 10 a.m. to 11 should give you some. Not the greatest 15 close. Yeah, I think it closed above that zone there. Something here too. Close respecting there. I think it's okay. It's not bad. Close respecting 74. I think the 1 hour is like what you want to pay attention to here the most. That's like the clearest. And the 30. 30 is pretty clear too. 30 close bullish respecting. And the 4. How I see the 4 right now is like opened up top wick, bottom wick, and now it's like doing this. So now it's like as long as you continue to make lower highs and hold, you should be able to re-break its own low. But you don't have volume yet. Even this pop down, it's like lacking or maybe not here. I didn't check the minute. You have a candle there. It's not bad. That's okay. You need like, you know, a couple more of that, or a very strong one that breaks the lows here. But yeah, we moved that TP because this retracement was pretty decent. It was pretty big. I thought it was gonna be like from our entry, just a straight pop down, but it just retraced, right? So with that retracement, we can now move our TP. The initial pop would have been, you know, only 5-9 zones, 60 zones, but since this came up to retrace, it's like a steeper lower high. Any moves coming down should be directional. So we moved it down by a bit. You can be more aggressive if you want. Like you can even attempt a 4-hour leg candle fill. But the thing about that is you got to be able to push down towards 50 first. Right? Yeah, I'll push down to 6.2 first, obviously, and then push past that. Push past this wonkiness, like in this zone. And then, yeah, below 5.6 to 50, and then the leg candle body reaction, and then you have the leg candle fill. So if you had like a better entry, like somewhere wick entries up here, you could maybe attempt that. But it doesn't make sense in our situation because our entry is right here, and there's a high chance you're gonna get a leg candle reaction from 50 up to like 5-9 zones, which is a little too close to our entry. So that wasn't anything, right? You see the bearish candle? It's like, it's not too, like it's okay. It's not there yet. You need like an actual candle. You need something like this. You need a candle looking like this coming down to break that cycle. It's still glitching. I feel like it's been glitching for like the last 4 to 5 minutes. There's no pops. So this is a decent candle. If this one can close below, that'll be, I think, the largest one you've had since this bearish push. Aside from this one that was down there. So if it can make its room down and close at like, 6.6, 6.7. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No closures. Falling asleep here, man. I'm gonna get some water, chat. Hold on. So still in the range, but it's glitching. So it can literally glitch up, but this would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th high. If you break the highs again. No volume on the way down, right? You see the move down? It was real weak. That's gonna be a situation. I'm in room. Perfect training vibes. Breaking the highs again. This move out was pretty decent. I wiped out this entire move down. So no good indication yet. Hopefully it's not like a 1 a.m. trade or 1 p.m. trade or something. Like I would assume it'll be very soon until we get out either in like a loss or a win. It should be to break out this range if it goes up or down. I can't imagine it just staying in this range the whole day and glitching the way it's glitching because it's moving. It's like glitching, but it's not popping, not picking a direction. So if it picks direction up, we'll manage. Picks direction down, we'll see TP. $15 flips. 30-minute closure in 6. Higher lows, higher lows. You better break the highs. Where else can you go up towards now? So 6, 4. 87. So I guess next zone will be 87 if we continue to break the highs. What would you say helped you the most to stay cool in drawdown? I think just like admitting that price is not ready sometimes. Like right now, I can admit that price is not ready. Like I admit to yourself, like, you know, cause just because you're in a sell doesn't mean like everything should be perfect. The trading is not perfect. You have an entry, you have an idea. You stick with the higher time frame idea because that's where your idea originated from. And as long as that idea is still valid, you're not really breaking structure. You're not really breaking above zones, and whatever your ideas are, you're good. So I keep that in the back of my mind. Also, like, admit that, yo, it's not moving the way we want it to move right now. But that doesn't mean you manage risk, right? Because a higher time frame trade is still valid. A lot of times when I might be saying like, hey, small time frame is not moving the way we want it to move. We're not like this push down wasn't as strong as this push up, which means that the push up could be more dominant. That doesn't mean all of a sudden you freak out and you manage. It's just like right now, that's what price is printing, right? So it's just like being honest with like, or seeing the charts for what it is and not like assuming that it's just gonna do that and that. And yeah, that kind of just helps because at the end of the day, we know that we have a stop, we have a manage point, we have a take profit point, and whatever outcome it is, you know, we'll still be here tomorrow. It doesn't really matter whether or not, you know, whatever the outcome today is. I mean, we're on a winning streak, but it's like, it's just like a 70 winning streak. It's just a streak. It doesn't really matter. Like, I don't even think I pay attention to the streak. I just trade daily, right? So we'll be here daily on Monday. The same will be here daily on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next week. Doesn't matter. So yeah, you know, if it's a loss, you take your loss and you kind of just, we have the whole weekend to reset. It's not just a day, but yeah, you come back and, you know, same thing on Monday, look for the same setups. So it's okay, you know, it's just life. You will take losses. It's trading. I don't think it's like the end of the world, you know. It might feel like it. You might be like, oh man, all that work. Now I gotta wait a couple weeks to. So what? You're still trading. It's your job. It's your job to be able to manage your emotions and come back the next day refreshed. You know, it's your job to be here like Monday to Friday. But it's not like the end of the world. It's not. Nothing major. Now, if you take like 300 trades, then yes, you got an issue. And you have to find a way to fix that issue. But loss is a part of it. And if you can't like handle the drawdown, then it's like, you know, why you even, or at least learn to handle it, because you will forever be in these situations. You can't avoid it. It's just trading. You can't avoid drawdown. You can't avoid wins, losses, and break evens. It's just part of trading. So you gotta learn to get used to it. It's not just perfect though, right? Some trades might be, you know, more drawdown. Some trades might be less. Some trades might be none. But all you gotta do is stick to your high time frame analysis. Stick to your plan. And as long as you stick to your plan, you win. Regardless if it's a loss win. This is kind of driving. Still same type of movement as this, so I wouldn't expect much yet. I need to see a breakthrough candle. This blue zone is pretty heavy. I drew the blue zone earlier off of like this minor support here, but it's like, maybe I should remove the blue zone so it pushes through or something, because this thing is like stopping there. Look, like you see how it's glitching down? So far, it's been glitching down and rejecting. So I'm expecting the same here. Now, if it glitches down, pulls back, re-breaks the lows, then that's continuation. And technically that was the entry that we took earlier. Just that we took it down here. So see, rejection. So you just expect what price is printing. One minute leg candle maybe. Second leg candle. You also gotta enjoy it too because it's a learning opportunity. Like, when are we ever gonna be like November 21st, 2025 again and drawdown, you know, on a YouTube stream and on a Zoom call? It's like we'll never be here. This is like we're never gonna be here again. You know, it's just another day. You gotta enjoy it. You gotta pop there again. Just do not push through. The blue zone is still holding. So what you want to see probably is like a pop through, a pullback, hold, continuation. So you need to pull back after that pop because it's been doing the same cycle. You need to find a way to break out the cycle. Move down is okay. Still not picking up. The 5 is decent, but the minute, you know, looks like it's been doing the same thing all day. It's glitching though. I don't know why it's glitching. It's been glitching for like an hour and a half. Can you hold? Or another pullback? Another pullback. Lower highs. No idea. 5:15. No bottom wick leg candle. Kinda, not really. Kinda. 5. No bottom wick. 30 close. Pretty weak bearish. Holding the zones though. I guess 66 is the struggle zone. If you can re-break this candle low, we might get something here. This low at 68.70 could get a pop. 25 pip pop below the breakout lows. I think that just broke. Because then this would be a higher low. This high right here. Holding. Broke the lows, so it should be the pop below to 6620. I'm expecting a reaction there. You got the reaction there. So now this is the pullback. Now you got to re-break the lows of 65. You got to re-break this low right here. That area was based off of like this no bottom wick zone there. But now you got to re-break because now this is like the pullback. That was the steepest low you had so far, right? Compared to this one, that was a low. So now you got to pull back, right? So if you re-break that low, that should give you a rip down. Finally. But let's see. Can you break 6541 here? So it should be the pop now. I don't know where else you will pull back at. You got to pull back earlier. Got one right there again. So this should be the rip straight through down towards our entry. There's a zone right here, minor zone now. 1 hour still open, the wick fill, and then 560 is break even. You know, I'll suck if we get a hit at break even. But yeah, 60 is break even, and then 5.9 will be at trail stop zones. Okay, I'm gonna be a little more aggressive. 60.65 break even, 60.14 trail stops. On my trail stops, literally to like the 24 pip mark. Below the blue zone, gotta hold it. Unfortunately, it wasn't just a drive. It's pulling back again, so now it has to hold that blue zone below. That makes the most sense. Oh shit, we're actually close. Okay. So yeah, it should be to come down. I don't see why you wouldn't. Like a lot of pullbacks today. A lot of struggle. Still not moving. Like it's moving, but it's like a little slow on the way down even here too. No glitches yet. Hopefully you can glitch. If you can glitch like yesterday, that'd be nice. Like come down slowly and then below our entry, just glitch straight down. Still moving a little slow. Let's see if this can pop straight down towards 60, then you might get a runner. You came down towards the entry again, right? So that's like a minor zone there. You're expecting a little reaction there. If you can re-break that low, your next zone is like here next. And once you clear that here, you kind of just take it one step at a time. Break even is 60, so you can push right through 60. I think 60 to 5.6 could be a runner, maybe. No, still holding. All right, maybe you might glitch here. Gotta hold that 6.2 zone, the glitch. There we go. Okay, on the rebreak of lows is break even. The rebreak of that, I'm not break even yet. The rebreak of that low. Or once it retests the lows, I'll be break even. Not break even yet. And that should be able to give you trail stops, I believe. That's 18, and then trail stops is gonna be 25. So still in there. Still in there. This should be able to give you a pop. Almost. Can you push? Trail stops, trail stops, trail stops. And we're out. Cool. So what was that? Yeah, 3 days in a row, huh? Actually insane. See, I feel like it's the same exact like type of movement too. It's weird. That was 45.1 pips. So yeah, we moved our TP. I think we got a little bit more from it. That was pretty good. Pretty good trade. That's back-to-back-to-back runner days though. That's 45.1. Well, anything over 10 is a runner, but and especially in these cases, like anything over 20, I would say. So yeah, 2% a day. Oh no, what am I saying? That's not 2%. 63.14 is 2.88%. Yeah, pretty crazy week. That's like 10% week, 10.88% week, which is very, 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 very rare. Like if you join Diviso 1 and you're expecting 10% weeks every week, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. We average like 2.5 to 3% a week or lately. This is just one of those occasions where price has been, running lately, but it's not like, every week 10%. This is like very rare, like top 1% week that we would have. But yeah, that's what we've been doing. How many pips is that? It's 45. What percentage you guys got there, chat? YouTube, Zoom, let me know. See, you gotta enjoy it because now the time's gone and everyone's just gonna dip off and then we're all gonna see each other again in December. So it was like kind of good that we have a little bit of drawdown because it kind of keeps us more engaged for like the stream for a longer period of time. So I think it was a good experience, good learning, because sometimes when it's just instant profit, there's not much I can talk about. It's just like, okay, but when there's like some drawdown, they can learn about like the concepts that we have a bit more, because there's more things I could present it to. But yeah, for the month that's 253 now. 4%. Hugh got in at 70 when I seen in drawdown each week, man. Yeah, I didn't have any plans for pineapples chat. I think in the past we for sure have, but it didn't make sense to me because this position could still play out. There's no need to add one for me. That's the way I saw it. But if you got a pineapple, you would have ate off this trade for sure. 30 pips only, 12% week for me, insane. 4% day, fat day, 3.1. Took a pineapple after the 5-minute close, below 46.9. Oh yeah, below here. Sheesh. Yeah, this one right here. That was the drive. But you got the glitch though, right? Y'all saw that glitch? The motherfucking glitch. 36 pips, 1.7. 28 pips, FTMO 0.19. Sheesh, nice 4 pips. YouTube, what you guys got? Bro, do your TP to 40, 42. Why? That was my TP. That was the zone that I was, it can drop down further, right? 50 is next. I think you got 45. Yeah, 42 could be next. But I think that was a pretty good TP for where our entry is. Is it chat this fire? The chat is even more fire in there. Everyone's like more locked in. It's good though. It's very like it's like this. It's like very chill vibes. I don't know. I wasn't even looking at YouTube chat to be honest. I wasn't even looking at outer chat. Sometimes I don't look at outer chat. I just I'm like zoned in to my ideas. But yeah, no one's complaining in there about the drawdown. Everyone was just like asking questions about like how you do a drawdown and stuff. So I try to answer them when I see them. Yo, Richie. You fixed your YouTube? I swear you said you got like data ban or some shit. We day one. Don't complain about the trains. I don't think was YouTube complaining. I think we held it down good today. Hope you guys learned something though. If you guys learned something, leave a like. That's a big like count on the 5 right now too. So, WJ, you the best. You the best, bro. You changed for the glitch now. Oh yeah, we did kind of. Yeah, we did. The glitch. My God, I'm watching too many TikToks. I can't afford it yet, but when I get this payout, I will. Hey, no worries, man. No worries, man. I think it's just an experience. I'm gonna journal this trade out and then I'm gonna see what's up next. We'll be here for a little longer, maybe till 11. Let me just fill this journal out. Trade was taking at 9:30. That was a long trade though. That was really long, but it was worth it. What did I take there? Breakout on the one-hour leg candle fill. That's what that was. Current higher low, 4 stops, 1 hour. That's not resistance. minute, 1 hour. You see, if I held to 42, like someone said earlier, and now we've been drawdown. No other way. Done. That was a good exit. How come no one ever says you're down? That was a good exit, man. But it's like, nah, man, you could have held for a bit longer. There's always time to hold for a bit longer, right? But from our entry, there's a high chance of rejection. Like if you come down now, this is after this being like a new lower high, then yeah, you can probably come down towards 50. Because then that's the lower high. You re-break the lows, you drive through. How much money? 63.14. Nice. Yo, 1K account is making like a cool $50. That's like 2 cases of Fiji water. Yeah. Max drawdown. How much was drawdown there? Was it worse than yesterday? 140. A little worse. Max profits. 7.3. No. TP would have been max profits. We move our TP to 5.8. 5.8.7. Right, 5.8.7. Exit reasoning is the trail stop loss hit minute. TP would have been the scenario though. Wow, what an insane week. Oh wow, we're about to reach 2,000 pips. 3 pips away. Rejection off of 71. Huge. Like, see, now you have a bit more volume. It's still directionless, but I would say if you could come back down below 5.6, there could be maybe another move. We'll see. There could be. We only got like 15 minutes, 10 minutes left until 11. So depending on how much volume you have, if there is a lot of volume, then there's a possibility we can look for the same idea, but below 5.6. So yeah, it might be another position. We'll see. Within 10. Yeah, maybe I'll be in another position. Let's see. I just help somebody get your journal. You mean Nightbot? That's the journal though, yeah. The TBJ journal. Thank you, man. I really appreciate your efforts today. Thank you, man. Wait, is this thing on sub only mode? Right? Yeah, so chat, can we get to 200 likes? We hit like 480 today on the stream. Each trade this week, the TD is longer than the trade before. Yeah, it happens. Oh shit, did these things copied over? Yep. Yep. I need to up my lots on one of these accounts. Oh yeah, the 2K, the 1K account is at 2.2 now, champ. We're like halfway till 5K. Cheese. Cheese. It took you 7 months to get to 2K? Hop on Arc Raiders. I played it, the playtest for like a day, but then I don't know. It was fun. I think I stopped playing games for a little bit. I haven't played. I tried playing The Last of Us, but I got nauseous. I don't know. I can't play games. I don't know why I can't play games no more. Like I got to a point where my brain just can't process the information too fast. You know, everything just moves too fast. So yeah, I couldn't play. So I haven't played games. I got nauseous. I think it's my monitor maybe. This monitor is like 240 hertz. It might be too real. Like even when I play Skate, I get nauseous from playing Skate. So yeah, I don't think I'm meant to be a gamer. Thank you, Grunk. Thank you, chat, for this crazy we did us on top with our Grunk mentor. Maybe we'll get another trade here. Deer racing, Bathurst, Australia, and iRacing. No, I did. No, I didn't race in that map. Why is your stop loss big compared to TP? Because I decided to put my stop loss at the next point, and my stop loss or my TP at the next point, and my stop loss at a zone where I think price is invalid. So that's why my stop loss at times could be a little bigger than my take profit. Now let me ask, why is your take profit bigger than your stop loss? I don't know. That's how it's supposed to be. Compared to who? Regarding who? Why is that? It's like, why? Why is that the answer? Like, I don't know, everyone else does it. Okay. So if someone tells you to jump off a cliff, you go jump off a cliff? No, but it just makes the most sense. Why? Because I don't want to be risking 100 pips to only catch 10. Why? I don't know. Like, it just makes the most sense. Hold on. I'm getting closer to the idea. Yeah, sure. I think I got the idea. That was a good answer. Why? You know, like, just why? Like, there's no rules to trading. Like, I don't even know why you're asking me why I do that. I just do it. I don't know. My gut tells me that after 4 or 5 years of trading, I got to a point where, actually, hold on, 7 years of trading now. I got to a point where I don't even care for my RR. It's just the price is showing me a TP. Price shows me a stop loss. I'm gonna use those zones, right? All about calm composure. On a good time sheet. Why? No, this is like, I don't know. I feel like I don't question anyone's trading. Why do people question my trading? It's like, I never asked you for advice. Why you ask me for advice? Or if you ask me for advice, I'll give advice. If I ask you for advice, you give me advice, right? I didn't ask you for advice. Sometimes, you know, just trade, man. Just trade. Just trade and, you know, do your thing, you know? If you're profitable, I'm very happy for you. If you're not profitable, then, you know, you just got to lock it in. You got to continue trading. Continue trading. Eventually, you'll get it down. Eventually, you will. I promise. But you got to continue trading. I see, because I always thought it was supposed to be like that. See, I knew I got the right answer. Yeah, it's like anything else though. It's like, you know, you can question like fundeds. Like, why is everyone normalizing fundeds now? It's like, I don't know, because the industry just said that, you know, if you don't have a lot of capital, you gotta trade big. Why do you gotta trade big account for? Why can't you trade a small account? Why? You know, why can't you just trade a small? Like, I'm trading a small account. I'm making $40 a day. I'm chilling. $40 a day. I am chilling, right? I don't have to be making, or at least I don't have to be showing, you know, whatever I'm making. You know, and $40 a day. I grew the account from 1K to 2.2 in a matter of a couple months, or 7-8 months. Chilling, you know, that's like 140% account increase. So, chilling. You don't have to trade a big account. That's what they want you to do. They want you to go get a funded so you can rush the process. It's like, why? What's the rush? We got one life, you know. Every day we living. The sun comes up, the moon comes down. What's that thing we watched yesterday, babe? It was like, what did the guy say? That Filipino guy? Fuck, I forgot the video. You guys know that one meme? There's like a Filipino guy speaking at like at an interview, and he said some shit. Fuck. I gotta find it. And advice how to be more calm. Go through more shit. raise that bar up, keep going through shit. Eventually, you won't be fearful of anything. You get used to it. You're like numb. It's like, okay, what's next? Bring it on. What's next? You know? So it's like, you just gotta experience more. You gotta just experience more. That's it. There's no secret to that. Are you Cambodian though? Can you take that funded deal? Why? Yo, XYZ, why are you repeating everything he's saying? This shit going into OT. No. I'll see you guys tomorrow, chat. I'll see you guys the next NFP or FOMC whenever we spark up the next stream, okay? No OT. I'll do OT in Divas 01. Later, chat. Peace out. Wait, hold on. I need to play it. I want to play a song. I also need to change that outro. Alright, yo, chat. I'll see you guys one of these days. Peace out, man. Peace. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, keep getting at the narrow, got it. Even if a nigga got a rabbit, get it. Blackjack in a cut sink, no. A nigga got unlimited credit, a nigga got a lot of vendettas, but we the black mom, we gon' set it, peeled off in a Lamborghini cone tie, 200 in the dash, we gonna rev it. Lucky Lucianos, what they call me, Paisano. 100 keys at the piano, place to cause the bad Rizano. El Padrino, in the villa in Venice, sipping vino. Not bad for Muliano, y'all know, like we know. I got it. Fuck me, you know I got it. Fuck me, you know I got it. Bad bitch, I hope she got it. Fuck me, you know I got it. Fuck.
I don't wanna just fight no more tonight, let's make love. I've been outside all day, I'm chasing paper. Go tell them niggas that I'm here to stay, girl. Why can't we ride this thing out until the wheels fall off? Don't act like I ain't sorry. Don't act like we ain't locked in. When did you get so different, my darling? Whoa. You must be out with them rappers. You must be out with the whoopers. We both outside with the shooters. I don't wanna just fight no more tonight, let's make love. I've been outside all day, I'm chasing paper. Go tell them niggas that I'm here to stay, girl. Why can't we ride this thing out until the wheels fall off? Don't act like I ain't sorry. Don't act like we ain't locked in. When did you get so different, my darling? Whoa. You must be out with them rappers. You must be out with the hoopers.
Need a light on. You know, no matter how long I plumb so long. Don't act like it ain't easy. I'm way too rich for you to leave me now. They screaming out, yay, the nerve of you. My wife outside in her birthday suit. You acting like it's your birthday too. You can't stay out late on work days. I'm picking you up on Thursday. We starting the weekend early.
Wheels fall off. Yeah. Yeah. We together till the wheels fall off. Wheels fall off. I'ma love you till the wheels fall off. I don't wanna just fight no more till now. Let's make love. I've been outside all day. I'm chasing paper. Go tell them niggas that I'm here to stay. Yeah. No, we've been thinking, but tonight let's make